I should have just taken this from the thermos. It's not that big. In any case, let's start this recording. Hello everybody, my name is John Ferguson. You already know me as a start animator, or I should say hobby animator, because many people have seen that I know things, but I don't know, I experiment with a lot of things and just see what works in animation. I do traditional animation. Again, I don't work with any script, instead I just go out of the top of my head and see what works and what doesn't. And today, I'm thinking more or less that we are gonna jump into an animation I've been working on for quite some time, and it's the Archer. You probably recognize it from either watching the live stream, which are on YouTube, which you can actually go and watch right now. A little bit of a warning, the whole audio is completely terrible. It doesn't work at all. I apologize for that. But it is worth watching because you can see the whole thing working from start to now. And it's been a while since I've done any videos, so apologize for that, but it's nearly the end of school or studies, so I get to do a little bit of more videos and I get to do a little more animation than I used to do. And I've been working on some things over on Instagram, Creative Arts John, creative_arts_John. Go and check me out. So today we're gonna do cleanup, and cleanup would be technically you taking your lovely animation, such as this piece of art, and you fill in all the, well, empty ones that you can see. So let's get to it. Alright, so as you can see, I have already done some cleanup. This is the Archer that we have been talking about. I've done for some time, and there's some small details. First of all, there is the hair who's just slightly moving, so I'm going frame by frame and just cleaning the whole animation. So we're gonna take this one, take it to the side as such. Here we go. And the cleanup I'm gonna put on this side so I know which one is which. So I have the rough one on one side and the cleanup on the other, because that's always important. I'm just gonna check that the light board is still on. And here we go, the light board actually works. So we're gonna take the next animation, which looks like such. It's pretty much the same. And the differences are, as you can see, the rough animation just gives a small hint of where things are heading. So what we're gonna follow is, of course, the head. And also a bit of the hair that's coming out, and the shoulder, and so forth. So I've taken a new piece of paper, as such. See if I have to line it up somewhere specific. No, I can just line it up like any way I want. Some of them I have to make holes, completely new holes, but for this one I don't have to, which is really nice. So there's different ways to do this. Either you can use yourself a normal pen, which is sharpened too. I always recommend to use a little bit of a heavier pen, which is B2, or you can use a ball pen so you don't have to sharpen up that much. So we know that this one is frame 2, so we're just gonna put a 3 on this one. We're gonna open this one up, and we're gonna start following that line. And what am I actually going to do? Again, I'm not a professional animator. It's not like I have the best, I would say, the best knowledge what to best do, but we're experimenting as well as I go. Half of this is not experiment. Half of this is not like, again, having any scripts or anything. I just experiment as well as I go and record. Here we go. Now we can see that character straight through. Let me just have a look, see if you can see it through the camera. Yes, you can. Ah, it works. So this is the third one. So we're just gonna follow this. So we're just gonna follow some lines and clean up this. So again, I'm just trying to follow my heavy lines to where they need to be. And this is quite it would be a whole other section inside animation that would do this sort of animation. You can still see again, if I had like a rotational table that you can rotate and all that, I would do that more often. But since this is stationary, I'm more inclined not to. So of course I need to have myself an eraser, because this is the a part when you have to go back and forth and see where you line up certain things to be completely sure where everything is going. And obviously the first thing that I do is getting wrong on the lips. I'm not doing anything hard. Again, you don't have to be that hard with a B pen. And the lips coming in here, making it a little bit heavier so the mouth seems to go open. Not gonna use the end of this one because it has already been completely ruined, and I just use it for when I do other arts as well. During animation you want to keep these ones as clean as possible. And when you're doing this sort of cleanup, might be good to add that you can do it in two ways. I'm starting to go back into doing some digital cleanup as well, or going back to digital art. Mostly because I think that is a good method to learn things as well. And it's a little bit easier for me because I don't have to do it I don't have to be as fidgety, if you might say. So another thing that I'm doing is that I have this one. I'm trying to mimic the hair as much as possible. Even though it's moving quite much more in this frame, it's good to know to just have a look once or twice over to see where everything is supposed to go. Gotta try to speed it up a bit. I'm not gonna be Also, another thing you're gonna know about my live show is that I'm usually quiet. I should have some music. You'll probably notice that right now, since I'm concentrating on where I need to go. So in the whole scheme of things, I think that this hair is missing a few things. First off, I see the hair down here is missing. I'm just gonna add them and see where they go in comparison to the last one. And since they're peeking the head up, I'm gonna see if we can fix the collar as well. I hear a lot of people also talk about line mileage, and that's something that's always good to have in the back of your head, to not be using too many lines, even though it could look super cool in the end to have a lot of details. If you're a lone animator like I am, the best way to do it is to try to do it as simple as possible. But again, it's up to the artist, and for me, I think the best way to do certain animation comes to making it stylized with as few lines as possible. So now we're gonna go to the eye as well, and as well as they're looking up. So I'm gonna start with the iris. So that's obviously not right. Just gonna remove that eye for a while. Using the secondary picture to see how I've done it. So something as such. Perfect. And the eyebrow is a surprised eyebrow. Right. Again, as rough as this is, it's not hard to see where I'm going with this as well. But if I was gonna translate this to another animator, I'm definitely going to do a whole nother line set. Probably fill it in with either blue or red colors to extinguish any sort of confusion between me, the artist, and the cleanup artist. Too many lines. Again, you want to use as few lines as possible when you're doing cleanup as well. take that later on. Now we're gonna do a very special thing. We're gonna close this one. Beep. So this is how it looks so far. So erasing some minor inconveniences. Taking this one off. The rough one goes over here. And we're gonna take the clean up and use that a little bit as a reference. So you can see right now that this is where the head moves up. And I'm gonna use this one a little bit to determine what decisions we are going to make in the final arts. The final pieces. Because the whole head is moving up. What we're also gonna add is this lovely piece as well. Just the above the eyebrow. And obviously I didn't put in the muscles, but we can simply do this by following, knowing a little bit about autonomy. And I also forgot to put in, we're gonna use this one as well. I'm gonna come back to it. Again, I sometimes forget to add things, and sometimes I add the whole wrong thing. Maybe I should do it this. I have the rough underneath. I can go back and forth to. Let's just check whether or not I need to add things. So we're gonna just follow this one as well, since the arm is pretty much stuck there as well. So the hand is also moving up like such. Simple hands as well. Bow, bow, bow. Cool. And obviously it's a glove. I have done a bracer instead for archers. It's not supposed to be. But the bracer is actually going to cross over a little bit like such, so it looks I'm gonna follow the lines as well. Too many lines. Redo. It's that line I want to have. Move a little bit to the side. I'm jumping back and forth between being close to the microphone and also being far away because my setting is veiled. So they're moving the whole body as well. The leg is coming up. It's not the thing that I have decided to do. This sort of deal. filling in as I go. Trying to make sense. It has been a while since I've actually been in this one, but it's coming along. Very stylized. Let's take this one off. So I can see already the elbow a little bit crooked, and it's going to change this part already. So we're just gonna fix this one up as well. This is the second part. Taking the rough one out, taking the new one in, going back and forth to see where some inconsistency might have happened. I think that the hair can be a little bit sharper, especially up here. And this edge doesn't make sense. Oh, whoops. So we're gonna soften this one out a bit. Now this means that during all the other ones that I have, it's gonna be as well a little bit fixed. Inconsistency with the ear, because it goes all the way. There's a thing here, it goes like such and such. And there's another inconsistency, which is here. Think we can fix like such as well. Again, this is the figurative one. It's just going back and forth to just see where everything is going, how everything's gonna be added up, and take away anything that you think will look either strange or weird in your final animation. Now, I'm not gonna do shadowing, not in this one, because they are following and they are going to lean. Again, as you can see, the body is following upwards. As well as I realized that this one doesn't have The other thing it does have in that one, but I'm not gonna fix that one right now. I'm gonna fix that one later on. So it actually goes inwards. This one goes like such. There's a little bit of an edge there, and it's gonna be the amps. It's definitely can go a little bit higher. All right. So if we were putting these two, all this together, we would have something in the line of this. Just going back and forth. Taking away any inconsistencies in the animation, but again, this is what the cleanup artist is supposed to do. But since I don't have a cleanup artist, I am doing this all by myself, and I'm enjoying it, and no one can ever say anything about it. But this, you can all see it, how it all looks. And there you go. So that's the end of the video. Again, I'm a hobby artist, and there probably is thousands of other ways to do it, but that's how I do it. I hope you've learned something today, and if you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe if you think that it is worth subscribing, or watch the other videos. Share it with friends who are into animation, or into archers, or into, I don't know, creative thought. Hopefully that I'll see you all soon again. Until next time, keep on drawing. See you all next time.